out the way, bitch, get out the way.
Here at Target, we made the not-so-tough call to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion, only to realize racism is expensive. Although we're desperate for your black dollars, our white pride won't let us apologize. So instead of taking accountability, we decided to insult your intelligence by creating the magical Negro hand. This state-of-the-art prosthetic hand comes in 3 DEI-approved shades: Token Tan, Comeback Caramel, and Black Lives Matter Mocha. We know we upset the black community, so we did what any responsible company would do. We put a random black woman's hand in our TikTok videos. Problem solved. Because nothing says "we hear you" like a strategically placed hand picking up random items. We even met with Al Sharpton, further proving how out of touch we are. With the magical Negro hand, we've checked every box. Diversity, offering 3 melanated skin tones, because at Target, we do see color. Equity, our allyship is performative with all minorities. And inclusion, because all black hands matter. As a result, Black TikTok dragged us, Costco stock went up, and somehow, we managed to piss off the black community even more. The magical Negro hand works hard, but our audacity works even harder. The magical Negro hand, sold exclusively at Target, so we know you'll never buy it.
By grace, it's gonna get done. This new CEO has come handling business, and I'm glad to walk with him. The immediate target fast has come to an end. We claim victory, we're grateful.
My name is Evan with 2 N's. And with all due respect, Pastor, shut the hell up. Ain't no way in hell is the black community letting a glam pastor tell us when we should stop boycotting an anti-black corporation. The fact that it is so obvious what kind of person you are, and you thinking just because you are black and you put pastor on your name, you'll be able to, I guess, control the black people is ridiculous. And as for Target, you don't get to choose the token that you want telling black people what to do. The black community will do that. And the black community has not done that. And Target believing that they can just pay for a black person to end the boycott is just another reason why they are being boycotted.
I love how we all saw that article collectively and went, no. In fact, hell no. In fact, absolutely no. In fact, your expletive of choice, no. I love that. I love that for us. Community and unity.
Child, I can barely speak again, but y'all know when I saw this and I left, when I saw this, this is definitely something I deem as news. With all due respect, Pastor Bryant, you did not start the Target boycott. Black women did. Therefore, you cannot end it. Don't you hate it when a man comes in after black women have done all the heavy lifting and acts like they spearheaded some shit? And they did it, and therefore they can say, you know, okay, they've paid these organizations. Mine allegedly is one of them too, and so that's enough. So that's enough. Whatever these three out of 4 things you got that you decided were enough for people to go back and shop at Target, you're not a black woman, sir. You're not. We're the ones that made Target what Target is. We gave it that name. We made it a safe space for you to come on Saturdays to walk around and browse and spend money that you shouldn't have on shit you don't need and go to Starbucks back before we knew they were genocide bucks. And so, no, you can't say when it ends. We can. And quite frankly, I ain't never going back to Target, because unless Target told you they about to give 300,000 women, the 300,000 plus and counting black women who lost their jobs because of DEI rollbacks in this country, 6-figure or more jobs, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't care about all this money you talking about they done sprung around, because where it's at.
So I was just on Threads where Pastor Jamal H. Bryant just said that the Target fast is over. Now here's where their confusion lies and the messaging is really off. Because one, and respectfully to Pastor Jamal H. Bryant, but disrespectfully to Target, there is not a centrist leader within this movement. Black folks and other marginalized groups saw what Target did by rolling back their DEI. by rolling back the messaging of their DEI and refusing all this time later to boisterously stand by those communities that have been offended and affected by said practices. So this was a people power decision to not patronize a corporation like Target. And the confusion behind this being in phases and the boycott is not over, but the fast is over. Coming from a communications professional standpoint, that messaging is a mess because the people never said that they were fasting from Target. They said that they were starving them out. Because even when the daughters of Target's late co-founder, Bruce Dayton, raised concerns about the company's pullback of DEI efforts by openly publishing a letter that was in the Los Angeles Times, you had nothing to say, Target. And in fact, declined comment for the Associated Press. And when Black former customers saw that you all were a main sponsor at Essence Fest and that you all hired a bunch of influencers to promote your company, you still didn't make any public statements standing 10 toes down behind said community. And in Minnesota, where you are headquartered, when the 100 clergy did a sit-in inside of your headquarters, Target, during a time where ICE was ravaging through your communities and also profiling people within your stores, calling you to stand with community members and condemning DHS, you, Target, again, said and did nothing. So it does not surprise me that when I read this USA Today article, they're claiming that this Target fast is over, and yet Target still did nothing. Quote, but in material Bryant's organization provided USA Today, Target did not offer concessions or reverse changes the company made to its DEI and other policies after President Donald Trump took office in January 2025. So it seems, Target, that you're still trying to sell us something that we ain't buying.
So somebody notified me on Instagram that Nina Turner, let me see, Jamal Harrison, Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant, and Tamika Mallory, that they've ended the boycott with Target. I got this off. This is on her page. You see, this said that they're on a live right now. As a matter of fact, he's up speaking. There he is. I listened in I heard each of the speakers. So Nina Turner, I heard her Tamika Mallory, some of hers. I heard some of his. And I never follow Nina Turner. I don't care what Nina Turner has to say. I'm sure Nina Turner is and honestly, what influence do these people have? I mean, they have more influence than I have. I'm just a nobody on the internet. But I can tell you this. You ain't influenced me to go back to Target. Your little press conference not going to do it. So anyway, I hope it was worth it.
Them thinking that Jamal Bryant is an authority in the Black community really just speaks to the fact that when they gave us religion, they knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. Apparently, Jamal Bryant announced that the Target boycott was over with no concessions. Excuse me? Saying that the boycott is over and also saying that no concessions were made is very interesting to me. The powers that be, they know that they can use a religious leader to tether the entire Black community. They know it because that is the system working as designed. They know the system that they designed, right? They knew what they did when they gave Black people religion. They knew exactly what they were doing when they gave Black people the Bible. You know what? I used to give Christianity its props, right? It gave Black people something. It gave Black people comfort, right? But now I'm starting to see that religious leaders are just mouthpieces for a system that is already a detriment to Black people in this country. And this also sort of ties in to Jasmine Crockett and James Tellerico, right? And the way the Democrats know that they are guaranteed the Black vote without having to make any concessions to the Black community. The entire system exploits Black people for their loyalty. And we receive none of the benefit of our loyalty.
I wonder how long it's going to be before Target realized that it got conned. None of those three people control anything about the Black community. They barely control their own households. It's almost as if Target was too lazy to just pay a consultant to build a basic dossier of Black facts so that they would understand that when they cut a check that those three people were a part of, them three people, headed up by Jamal Bryant, that it would not move any of the rest of us or obligate any of the rest of us to put our hands in our pockets and to pull out money for Target, because we are not going back.
Y'all know if Target don't have no motherfucking haters left, y'all need to send a wellness check for me. Me and Target beef is going to be forever. Because here's the thing. Y'all are not going to reverse psychology motherfuckers into coming back. Like, oh no, people been coming back. No, they haven't. Y'all done call everybody black and irrelevant that we don't even really like that much, besides the brainwashed Christian community. No shade, we love y'all, but you know what I'm saying? We having a little bit of war over religion over here right now, okay? So if you really knew your audience like you thought you do, which we know you don't, because you don't really give a fuck about the people that you want to come spend money with you, you know that there is a huge divide amongst the community about religion and Christianity right now. Stop calling pastors that we don't care about and we know is slimy, grimy with all these goddamn transgressions. You are not going to reverse psychology us back into the goddamn Target. Listen, Target, pack that bitch up like Party City, okay? It's over. And honestly, I don't know who the fuck is on these marketing teams. I don't know who is like on y'all data analytic teams and who is watching trends. I don't know if y'all already done switched over to AI and that's why the fuck it looks a mess. But all these goddamn CEOs and companies is making such terrible decisions as far as business is concerned. Y'all basically doing everything I can to make the consumer hate y'all and not want to fucking spend their money with you no more. Y'all gotta remember, millennials we make up a good majority of the buying power in society today. I'm the youngest millennial at 30, and it stretches all the way up to almost late 40 or almost early 50s at this point. Okay? We've lived in a world without all these doohickeries and gadgets and gizmos, bitch. We can go back. It was never that serious. And honestly, we motherfucking should.
Apparently, Jamal Bryant is saying that the Target boycott is over. The fuck it is. What the fuck is a Target? The Target, the shit is over when we say it's fucking over. We want to see that shit in the motherfucking dirt. I want to see that shit turn into a goddamn Kmart. Ain't nobody going back to no motherfucking Target. Give a fuck if they brought DEI back or not. Fuck that shit. I think it came out of nowhere taking credit for a boycott that was already happening before the nigga showed up. What are you talking about? You don't get to decide when this shit is over. It smells like somebody got sent a motherfucking check.
Black cis men, y'all have audacity. Like, how are you calling a whole boycott over? Like, what? You really felt like you had the power to say it's done. You, Jamal Bryant, you said it's done. According to what? No concessions were made, nothing. You have decided that it's over. What else? Tell me more. What were the conversations since no concessions were made? Tell me more of what you have decided. The audacity. Truly.
Move. Bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.